We are back for another episode of Puff and Vern. And before I say no long talking, I need you guys to like.
He just said no long
comment,
talking. You heard
subscribe.
It, right? You heard it, right? All right. And then I'm long
Get in the conversation with us. Yo, run the tunes.
Back once again.
I had to give it up a long time.
Back,
but we're back once again.
Back once again.
Once again.
Once again.
Very interesting discussion on this episode. We may have to come to reality. But before we even discuss that, once again, like, comment, subscribe, share. Especially subscribe and comment and like and get in the conversation so we can discuss some of these topics and help us grow and build. So, with no further notice, Kev, Puff, what are we doing?
You know what we're doing the regular. We got to do the Raptors rewind. Got to talk about what's happening in the Raptors world. It's been a while. We left you without this dope pod to listen to because, you know, I'm not gonna blame nobody. I ain't gonna blame nobody, but
I saw it happen, you know.
I saw it go. But we're back. We're talking to Raptors. Raptors went on a little roller coaster ride. They went deep down and lose a whole bunch of games.
They had a 6-game homestand.
Yeah, and then they came back and they
First
won
games, a few. It was the L. Milwaukee and New York. Damn, the New York one. I anytime they lose in New York, I get real upset.
No, but you had to know they were going to come out for especially Siakam. Siakam scored like, what, 50 something on them at the Garden? You know they were coming and ready for them. Mm-hmm. But the interesting loss was the one against Milwaukee. If you watch that game, man, I haven't seen the Raptors shoot such a horrible game in my life.
I was watching
that was
game.
horrible. I think the first quarter was 13-12.
Yeah, I was watching
or
that
something
game.
like that, 16 or something.
And I was standing up. I couldn't take it anymore. I was standing up, and I was like, you know what? I'm giving them. Listen, if these men don't make a run. And then I look at the end. There's 2 minutes left. I don't know if it was 2 minutes going into the fourth quarter. 2 minutes going to the fourth quarter. They were down.
No, 2 minutes. At the end of the fourth quarter.
Oh, the end of the fourth. 2 minutes.
Yeah, 2 minutes to go at the end of the fourth. They're down 14 points.
They're down.
I think 15. Both of us turned off the game at the same time.
I turned it off and I went to bed. I said,
I went outside and bun my thing.
Done.
And I said, game done. And the same thing, I look at the score after. I was like,
next morning,
it went to overtime?
I took my phone and said, let's check the Raptors game and see what happened.
I was like, how did these men come back 14 points in it was like a minute or 2 minutes?
My take was, how bad did these guys get bust up?
No, but I went back and watched it. It was interesting. The refs finally gave Raptors some calls.
My
yes.
goodness.
There was especially one on Siakam.
Yeah.
Siakam basically pushed the guy out of bounds and
he got
out of bounds on the other team. Then they got what was it called? Take foul. They got a take foul. They got everything with Raptors. Everything with Raptors.
They got
every shot was going in.
I turned that sucker off. And then I couldn't believe the next morning.
Oh, man.
I couldn't believe the next
morning.
But
the thing is, that's what they've been doing this whole year. The Raptors have been going down big, but then fourth quarter, all of a sudden, they learn how to play or they remember how to play. And they're trying to, they just come back. Yeah. But it's always too late. A little too late.
Like you extend so much energy trying to come back, right? And then by the time you do come back, you run out of gas.
The thing is, both teams were playing horrible that game. Horrible. I think they both were shooting like under 30%. Like, it was horrible. But anyways, Raptors lost a whole bunch of games. Raptors season's not looking too pretty. I think they're sitting in the 10th right now. But I think they're 10th right now. They lost tonight, so they might be dropping to the 11th.
They're like in the 13th spot.
No, they're 10th. Go and check your something.
Because which way.
This morning before their loss, they're half a game above.
It doesn't really matter because who cares? We don't care about playing games. So 10, 11, it don't make no difference, right? If it wasn't even on the 6-game road trip, if it wasn't for Charlotte, it would have looked horrible.
Honestly, the way the Raptor season is looking right now, it looks like there's going to be some major changes.
Okay, so
because
do they need to blow it up?
I don't know if they need to blow it up, but they need a big change.
Right, so let me
which is almost like a blow up, which is a big change.
Let me know what you think.
I don't want nobody to go. Really.
If the Raptors don't make a significant run and get to, say, the 6th seed by All-Star break trade deadline, I think something big is going to happen. Because you can't go with this. We can't build a team that gets to the playoffs and then don't even kind of advance around.
But the thing is, even if you look at the team now as it is right now, if they get to the playoffs, I don't even think they're getting out of the first round.
We're not getting out of the first round.
Okay, so that being said, what do you think the Raptors need to kind of give them a step in the right direction?
It's just like the Kawhi year. We need to shore up the bench because we don't have a bench mob like that year. We definitely need to shore up the bench, and we need someone. I love Pascal, but we need a number one. We need like a Kawhi. We need another Pascal. We need another guy. We need another electric guy.
Vern, you're asking for a lot.
I know.
You're asking for a lot,
but
Vern.
That's how championships are won.
Yeah, because it's so interesting. Because I was watching some highlights last night of Kawhi and what Kawhi did. Like I think Kawhi jammed on somebody's head top, and I was looking at that. I was like, "That's what you need. You need that alpha, the best player on the court." And a lot of times, the Raptors play. They don't have the best player. Like even tonight when they're playing Atlanta, Trae Young is probably the best player on the court.
This team reminds me of those DeRozan years, right? Like we have a good team, but we're missing that one piece.
Yeah, and that one piece was...
We're missing that one piece, and that one piece was Kawhi.
That ain't coming. That ain't coming along like that.
That's what I'm saying.
It's not coming again.
So, why are you going to wait and do that? So, might as well just get some picks, blow it up, and try and build, man.
I guess that's why they pay Masai the big bucks, because some big decisions have to be made right now.
And I'm Mr. Raptor positive.
Yeah, I'm pro Raptors, but I just don't like seeing them lose all the time. I'll still support them.
If they don't make a run,
man, they got to make a change somehow,
right? If they don't make a run and get to at least the 6th seed by All-Star break, right, something big is going to happen.
But honestly, it seems like they have the tools. Because especially in the fourth quarter, when they're making all these wicked runs and they're coming back from 40, 30 point down, all type of thing.
Even those games that they won, they were licking bare trees.
It seems like they have the tools, but they're not always putting it together.
I don't know if it's the injury that slowed them down, slowed them down. I don't know what it is. Because in the beginning of the season, they were looking nice.
Oh man, maybe all Masai needs to do is tank and try to get another Scotty Barnes, another 4th pick.
You never know. He'll tank and get number one and bring in that big man. But
because again, it would be nice to get a Kawhi player. But you're not getting that. And if you do have to get that, who are you going to give up?
Let me see who's like a secondary star that you could get that you can win with. Like
honestly, the Miles Turner in the middle, I think that would have been a nice little addition. Mm-hmm. But I don't that's not happening. It seems like that ain't happening. But honestly, I think the Raptors can do better, but they do need another injection of talent.
We need a spark
somewhere along the way, because as they are constructed right now, you could see that they're missing pieces.
We need off the bench. If we could get a solid spark, 14, 15 point score off the bench, we need that. We need something to inject that energy. Because Boucher's off and on sometimes.
Off and on. That's what I'm about to say.
Off and on.
Like, we need these guys on the bench to be more consistent. Precious Achua.
I'm giving Precious that Precious just reached back.
Yeah, he just reached back. But I think that's also why Nick Nurse actually started playing, what's his name off the bench? Gary Trent.
Gary Trent.
Because he's trying to give some,
he needs some energy, man.
some oomph off the bench.
Exactly.
But I see Scotty Barnes is stepping up. He's learning a little bit more. He's being more aggressive.
See, with Scotty, I expect him to be better, like after the All-Star break, because this is now, okay, your first year you came in, no one knew about you. You won Rookie of the Year, you box up, man. Second year, you're on the scouting report.
Yep, you have to add some more skills.
You're on the scouting report. Man,
some more tools to the tools.
You see this man? He's, watch him, right? So what you work on in summertime, now I can see he's getting more aggressive. You can see he's becoming more consistent now. Because even if you look at even Mobley and those guys, right? It's the same for Mobley.
Yeah, Mobley took a step back this year.
You know what I mean? So these guys are now seeing how the
they're
league
ready
is.
for you now. They see what you're doing. They see your spots. They see where you don't
so
do
now
well.
I'm going to take those away. What's your counter now, right? So now we're going to see his development. This is where we're going to see his development now.
Yeah.
And you can see some steps. Like when he's aggressive, like the game tonight. 27 points when he's aggressive, it's good to go.
But Raptors, we're in a crossroads.
Yeah, man.
We're in a crossroads.
And you don't want to be at that crossroads.
In a crossroads. I'm like, I don't want to see no OG leave.
You know what
I don't want to see.
I
don't want to see none of the
What
core
did say about the crossroads? So you don't belong there?
Dope, because you know something's happening. Something's gonna happen.
You don't belong there.
Something's gonna happen.
Nah, we don't need to be there because Masai will pull that trigger.
I know for sure he will.
You know who your GM is. He will pull that trigger. Because he done already says he has vowed to bring another ring to Toronto. And he's not afraid to pull that trigger. So
maybe we have to tank and get Victor. I can't even pronounce his last name. But the number one pick.
Yeah, man, Victor.
But I
think the last time
the thing is, the Raptors weren't far from the worst team in the league. They're like,
no, they're not.
They're like the fifth worst.
Listen,
like, it's horrible. Horrible.
They're the fifth worst. And yet,
that was before the 3-game win streak.
But yet,
maybe they're the sixth worst now.
They're not that far from like the sixth seed. Like, it's madness.
They're hurt.
Right? But that a good percentage of getting the number one pick of Victor still when they looked at it.
Anyways, we'll see. We'll see about that. What else?
But Raptors, man. We needed to go on a significant win. I thought this was going to be it. Like, in at least a 6-7. Like, we need to go on one of those. And if you don't go on one of those, don't even try and be in the play-in. It makes no sense.
Play-in.
For
real. You might as well go try to get a pick.
Yeah, exactly. Because if you're going to play,
might as well try to get a pick.
You're going to finish 8th, and you're going to likely play against Boston, and you're not winning. Yeah, you may win a game. Yeah, you may win 2, but you're not winning, and that we don't want that. We don't want to win 1-2. You want to win 4 and move on. We want to win 4 and move on. So, with that being said, Raptors,
we're at a crossroads. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Meet me at the crossroads.
Has to happen.
And on that note, Raptor, that's a wrap. On the Raptor rap.
But we still love you, Raps.
We still love you.
We're still rooting. We're still watching.
We're still watching.
We're still cheering. We're still jumping up and down when you do good.
But sometimes
and crying when you do bad.
Reality is reality. Reality.
All right, let's go around the league. You're going to do the honors?
Yeah, man. Let me rub him up and see what going. Rub him up and see what going.
Rub him up? He rubbing the ball? Watch him rub the ball.
Rub it up and see. With Curry's return, can Golden State make a run out west?
Well, when you put Curry in the equation, you know it's always a yes because that man's a bad man. Curry's sick. I think Curry's the engine of the Golden State Warriors, and with Curry on the mid
as well.
Oh shoot, and Wiggins
and
back. Clay is actually playing.
And
then you have this man named Jordan Poole that's just playing out of his mind. I think they're going to make a run.
They're in 6th right now. I didn't think they're in 6th.
But the thing is,
as you said earlier, they played 500 ball.
Yeah, they're playing 500 ball.
While those guys were hurt.
Even when Curry was there, they had an issue winning on the road.
Yeah.
So it seems like there's something missing on this team, and it's like,
is it? But is it the Guzu?
But that could have been it. Wiggins wasn't there. It was the defense that could have been the issue. Wiggins wasn't around.
But also, could it all stem from the Guzu of Draymond thumping the man in the face?
I don't know, because
did Draymond Guzu the man them?
It's interesting. That is interesting. They look like them brethren, but I'm telling you, Draymond is not going to be there next year. I said that already before.
And it's like
they're not paying Draymond money for staying.
Since that happened,
it's going to be interesting what Draymond does
in training camp, right? And since that happened, or whatever happened, preseason or something, and since that happened, it's like a cloud has been over that squad.
Yeah. But it's like it's not a cloud, but it's like gray skies kind of thing. Like,
gray skies. It's gray skies. They could make a look good thing though, because man, this thing in the NBA this season, like I can't complain.
They could make a run.
They could make a run.
And especially in the West, there's a lot more parity. Like all the teams are more even throughout.
League.
Yeah, I said kind of in the league. I think it's just the guards are changing. But in the East, Boston has been most consistent out of all of them
They've
teams.
been most
there.
consistent, but
them and I guess Milwaukee.
But they've been most consistent when you look at the records, though. It's like it's not even that far off. There's so much teams that's like close to
Very
500,
close, yeah.
or over 500. You like it's crazy, and even teams are in the 10th place. They're not like that. Maybe like 4 games outside of the 4th seed, or
That's in the West.
Right.
In the East, it's more like 11. It's
Right.
a little more spread out in the East than in the West.
But even so, in one conference, like you're in the 10th seed and you're 4th game out of being
It's
in the
interesting.
top 4
It's
seed.
gonna
like,
be. It's gonna make the playoffs more interesting.
Yeah.
And it won't be like like before the first round matchups. You're like, you don't
Yeah.
really care about most of them.
Remember the-
but they're gonna be interesting.
Remember the
Because
years,
teams are not like,
Right.
oh, Golden State over there like a
Yeah.
few years ago, and you know they're gonna
So,
win.
you know what? Let's move on. Grab our next question because we're just gonna keep talking. That was a Golden State question. We just kept going.
Yeah, Vern left talk too much.
Yeah. You see what you are going to?
We are about a month away from the trade deadline. Which team will be the most active?
Toronto Raptors.
You think so?
Yeah. Because the Lakers have
Toronto
nothing.
Raptors.
Lakers are trash.
Yeah,
They have
that's what I was
nothing.
gonna say. The Lakers. You
Lakers
know, Lakers
are-
are always willing to trade.
Lakers have
What other
nothing.
team will see like
The Lakers said they want Van Fleet. What do you have to trade for Van Fleet? What do you have? What do you have
Yeah,
that
they
we
don't
want?
have draft picks, and nobody
Your
wants.
picks are salt.
Nobody wants the players you have.
It's trash.
Like nobody wants it. Not even AD.
It's trash. Right?
Their
So-
best asset is LeBron.
I want to see.
You say Toronto?
I see. Yeah, I want to see what Toronto's going to do. Right? Because I'm a Raptors guy.
No, but you say would you want Toronto to be the most active?
But I think they are going to be the most active.
I don't think they are. Because I know Masai
they are
likes to
gonna be the
wait.
most active.
Masai likes to be very patient. What
Because
about the team? Honestly,
unless because you don't want because I'm like you don't want to finish for us. Speaking of Raptors, we just talked about it, so I'm just going to dash over real quick.
I'm gonna say Lakers.
We don't want to finish 10.
I'm gonna say
I would
Lakers.
say the Lakers, but they have nothing. They have no assets to give.
The thing is why I say the Lakers because LeBron's there. His final years, he's gonna pressure them to make some moves.
Yeah, but who?
I don't care. They have to.
Get?
They might have to trade the coach.
They had to trade the coach,
They might have to trade the assistant
trade the
coach.
GM, or trade somebody.
Trade the ball
We
boy.
include this person in the
Trade
deal.
the commentator,
We
guy.
include this person in the deal. All right. Is this one of the best seasons in the NBA in recent memories?
I would say in the last 10 years.
Yeah,
Since
because-
we had the Golden State Cleveland
dynasty,
run,
run and take.
nonstop
Because
finals.
This is like the first year you
Where
could
it's up
sit
in-
down and you're like,
You don't know who's gonna win.
exactly. Because you know, like,
But
the big-
last year too was kind of like that too.
yeah,
last
a little
year you didn't
bit,
know who's
a
gonna
little
win.
bit because more time I was like leaning towards Golden State, but this year we don't have that. Like, yeah, you may say Boston, but you have more teams where you're like, oh man, I don't know who's gonna win it. Out
Yeah,
west,
because even Boston, you see, Boston
yeah,
could be beat.
Boston could be beat.
They could be beat.
Right, even out west, right? You're like, it used to be like predominantly Golden State. Now you're like,
No,
Pelicans are in
I
there.
say Denver.
Right, Denver is now like.
I say
everybody-
Denver, but the reason why I
Jokic
say
is there.
Denver because Denver took box up. The one thing you have to realize
You have to
in
take
the
box
playoffs,
up.
you have to take a look at box up. There's no team that comes from
And-
zero and then
and
reach all the way to the end.
That team has experience because that team
Right.
made it to the Western Conference
Right.
Finals.
Right. But
Right.
look what happened to the Suns. The Suns went from zero all the way to the finals and they can't reach the finals again.
Because now remember as we talk about just real quick, you talk about the Suns, and I talked about cloud, and you said it's a gray sky. There's a cloud over there. Because what happened to Crowder?
I hear
So now what
there's
happened to
lightning
Crowder?
and thunder or something going on over there.
something
yo.
over there. Ain't no sunny over there.
I went last or you went?
That
That was me, right?
Yeah.
Oh, no, you went.
I went. Yeah.
You went too, right?
Yeah.
Anyways, next. Very love to talk too much. G League player Mac McClung to participate in the dunk off. Does this help the dunk off? I don't know if it helps the
makes it a
dunk
little
off. I think it helps
intriguing.
him. I think it helps people in the G League to see they have opportunity.
That too, but it also I'm not talking long about it, but it makes it a little bit intriguing because you want to see what this guy from G League's gonna do because it's never been done before. So
No, I think it helps him.
that too helping get
It
the
helps
league.
him.
But that boy is nice though,
We'll see.
from Virginia.
We'll see when the pressure and the lights are
Number
on.
one scorer
Can
past
they
Iverson.
dunk the first time? I don't want no 6-7 tries.
What team will Jay Crowder end up on? Yeah, that shit that yo.
You don't care?
It's a thunderstorm over there, so yo.
Yeah,
and not
man.
sunny over there.
But I think he saw that. That's why he wanted out.
Yeah, I mean,
LeBron dragging the Lakers to respectability. Is this one of the best seasons in his career? Yeah, you already know the stats. Your regular stats.
Yo. At 37. Yo, this
No, 38. His birthday was a couple weeks ago.
This is ridiculous. Ridiculous. And he's dragging those men with no AD.
Yo, Vern, look what I'm doing.
I know you're dashing it. It's Lakers. So we have to dash
LeBron is the man. Everybody knows. Number one in voting. Yo, the Lakers are just garbage.
it. Trash.
Garbage.
Doo-doo. Poo-poo. If Magic stayed with the Lakers, would Kawhi have signed with the Lakers? That's a very interesting question. Right? But I'm not for dash it away because it involved the Lakers.
Vern want to talk about the Lakers.
And we're not talking
I guess
about,
it's Hines who cares? He's not on the
talk-
team.
If we're not talking about LBJ who's on the squad, what if, as one of my brothers used to say, ifs and nuts or buttercups, everything will be Christmas.
So this one, I think we talked about this one already. It's about the parity in the
Yeah.
in the league. Is the NBA better for it? Of course it is. Dash for that.
And let's see what we have here. What would it take to get the best dunker in the NBA to enter the dunk contest All-Star weekend? And if you don't know who the best dunker is, then I don't know what rock you're under, or where you've been sleeping, or what you've been smoking.
It seems like every year they're trying to get these dunkers to come in the dunk off, like a Zion and
You
like
need to pay Ja
like
Morant.
a Ja Morant and
Listen,
there's
the
so many.
The best dunkers.
LeBron never reached either.
Listen. All you need is one dunker. You don't need dunkers. You just need Ja Morant.
No, but you want some competition. You want to see that man dunk go woo, and then hear that woo, and then a woo.
Puff.
Yo, the best dunk off was the one in Toronto. Was there only one dunker, or was there at least two?
There's multiple.
There was two.
There
Bad man.
There's multiple.
There was Zach
There was
LaVine,
multiples.
and there was Aaron Gordon. That man put on a show for the ages.
Remember them times where, like, yo, Ja Morant is a man that he'll dunk, and no matter what anybody does, you're like, ooh.
We're recording right now, and Ja Morant, I think tonight, did the dunk of the year over in the Lord of His mercy. Caught back
the
to
block that he did was goaltending?
yeah, and then the block was way up
On the square. That dude is
Oh,
ridiculous. That dude is ridiculous. Ja Morant is gonna.
But
be
then again,
in the
I
future
understand.
face of
I
the
understand. In the
Face of the
NBA,
NBA.
these guys are like superstars. So it's like they're already superstars. So why do I need to go in a dunk off? Because a dunk off was usually, well, I don't know, back in the day it wasn't like this. But now it's kind of
The
to
dunk
bring
off
up the
never
name
had
of
a
the
name.
people who they don't
Yeah.
know about.
When Jordan, those guys did it, it was dunk off, but it was, it wasn't dunk off.
No, back in the day, it was like the stars would go in it. Like Jordan was a star.
It was like a regular thing.
Right.
It was a regular
I don't know. But now it's like,
As
people
the
are,
game grown, everyone's
it's
like
like their brand. I don't want to go and
not gonna-
lose, or I don't know. I don't know what it is.
No, that's exactly what it is.
But what would you think it would take for the best man? Like, what would the NBA have to do to entice
$1 million, bro.
$1 million?
Million.
I think it'd be $1 million.
Minimum. Because these guys are millionaires, right? They're just going to take it and do charities work with it, right? So at least if you go $1 million, I think
that seems small.
I've heard Ja said, yo, if you give me $1 million, then I'll do it.
That's interesting.
You know what I mean?
I know.
But
I'm hearing
if-
like $1 million.
listen,
That seems small.
I want to see.
Still $1
I
million.
want to see a dunk contest with John Zion,
John Zion.
Ja Morant.
Oh, Ja and Zion. Ja Zion.
John Zion.
I was like, who was that? One person? I never heard about that. Ja Zion?
You ever heard
Who's
Ja
that?
Zion? Ja Zion's a bad man, you know. You see the name. Ja and Zion.
No, but that would be a sick dunk off.
That would be a
that
dunk
would be dirty.
That would be a dunk off.
Anyways, on to the next.
Nah, that was
My
it.
turn?
That was the last
All right,
one.
we wrapping
That
it up.
was the last.
So that was Puff and
one.
Vern bringing you another episode
Don't
on the
forget,
couch.
Don't forget on the couch, lying in the background, road tripping, and don't forget to like, comment, and most of all, subscribe. Once again, Puff and Vern. That's another one.
Once again.
Another one. DJ Khaled, I know. Don't sue me. Don't sue me. That's another one. Puff and Vern.